Hi, everybody. Welcome to Valiant Effort Interacts episode number 3. And Nick, who are we interacting with today?
We are interacting with our childhood friend Brady Lemire.
How's it going?
And Tyler, I don't know your last name.
That's terrible.
This is awkward. Oh,
Can we start
No,
Take
we have
two?
to continue through now. It is
Tyler,
horrific.
who is our almost childhood friend.
Yes.
We knew him in high school.
As God willing.
You knew him more at high school than I did, though.
Okay,
think.
so,
Maybe Josh should have introduced me. Made it a little less awkward.
yeah, there we go.
That's what I was hoping for, but it didn't really go that way.
So, Tyler, let's let you go first.
Wait, what's Tyler's last name?
Griffin.
Oh, I knew that.
The last name is Griffin. Yeah, you did know that.
This is important information.
So, Tyler, first question I have for you
Sure.
is how much tabletop gaming have you done?
A little bit of this RPG style, but a lot of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, more card-based stuff?
More card-based stuff. So
Okay.
very limited in the dice
Okay.
adventure.
And how much of the Valiant universe are you familiar with?
Pretty much everything in this new Valiant Entertainment style. I think I'm 3 comics behind, 3 or 4 behind what's actually happening right now.
Yeah,
So-
okay. With the exception of Shadow Man.
With the exception of Shadow
That's
Man.
the book you've given up on.
I've given up on Shadow Man.
Okay.
Yes.
Brady, what is your knowledge of this type of gaming?
I have a bit more knowledge about this kind of stuff than Tyler does because as well as Magic the Gathering, which Tyler and I have played together, I've also played games like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, which is a horrible offshoot of Dungeons and Dragons, which just shouldn't exist. But that's a different story for another time. But I've been a player. This is my first experience with what would be considered in D&D terms DMing, although this is LNing.
Okay, what does that mean?
Lead narrator
Okay.
against Dungeon Master.
Okay, cool. And what is your knowledge of the Valiant universe?
That's where I'm going to fall short tonight.
Okay.
I know nothing of these characters, the universe, or anything. I was reading through what I knew, and I didn't even know it took place on Earth. Like, they're
Okay.
talking about places like Las Vegas, and I thought it had its actual own universe and planets
I see,
and things
cool.
like that. So,
Cool. So I have very little gaming experience, Nick.
I have none.
So I emailed the creator of this game, Randall Bills, and I had several questions for him, and he emailed me back, and it was great. He responded to all of them. But one of the things that, in particular, that I noted that he wrote about was that this game is designed specifically for people who maybe don't have very much tabletop gaming experience.
yeah, it's definitely different from anything I'm used to.
And
just
how
from
is
being
it different?
experienced. It seems to be, from what I've seen, that it's really slanted toward the player. The odds are more likely that the player will hit than the enemy will defend, because the player gets to roll 2 to 3 dice and discard the lowest numbers.
So with 3 novices at this table and 1 Valiant novice at the table, we're going to find out if this is something that people can just jump right into. So what scenario are we going to play?
We are looking at the hardcore event called Breaking in the New Team.
Okay. You're the narrator, Brady?
Yes.
Yeah, and Nick, what's your character?
I'm Granite.
You're Granite.
I
Tyler.
am Disciple.
And I will be playing Superstar. One of the other questions that I asked was, how long does a game typically last? He said, honestly, that's all over the place. Games could be as fast as 45 minutes, but some of the games could last 3 or 4 hours. I just want to state what we're playing from. I've recently purchased the Valiant Universe, the role-playing game handbook. It's published by Catalyst Game Labs. What are the rules?
A lot of it seems to be more story based. Is you find out the backdrop of the setting, what your characters are, what they're up to, and I give you the situation. I say, this is where you are. If you're infiltrating a base and there's certain enemies, they're over a hill. These are your characters. These are your powers. How do you achieve your goal? And
Okay.
you each get a turn to say, well, my character is going to use their abilities to do this and this and that, and then those are what are called actions. You roll dice to see if your actions are successful. And if they are, your character does what they want to do, and they either get by something stealthily or bypass a security code, something like that. Plus, me as the lead narrator, I get to choose if he has modifiers, which are good or bad. Like if he's enraged or something, he'll be a little bit stronger, and I might give him a +2 on his roll. As we discussed earlier, and I could go into it a little bit more, plot points. If you play to your character well, you use their phrases, things like that, you'll be awarded plot points. You're trying to scale a building and you're at the front door. Somebody can throw out a plot point and you'll be like, well, I saw a fire escape. They used that example on the YouTube and I'm shamelessly stealing it. But you can alter the storyline with your plot points as we go.
Okay, so we're about to start playing. Let's see how this goes.
All right, so we begin with the hardcore event called Breaking In the New Team.
Here we go. Let's break in the new team. And we are the new team, Sound Off Team.
Granite!
Disciple.
Superstar.
Together we are
Hardcore.
Lead narrator. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say Captain Planet, but
All right, let's play.
By our powers combined.
It starts with the Area 51 S4 implosion incident report. When the unknown intruders were sucked through the Faraway portal, on-site Rising Spirit security continued to fire. Having followed the 2 male intruders across the compound, these security personnel were unfamiliar with the established safety protocols in the S4 complex. The resulting gunfire destroyed the Einstein-Rosen bridge, which created a reverse harmonic effect, essentially sucking a small portion of the Faraway through the bridge into the S4 complex. The anomaly immediately killed the security guards and displaced a considerable portion of the S4 complex. The instability of the event threatened to expand and impact the S7 power complex. We are uncertain what effects the anomaly would have had on the Project Magellan system. If Magellan had lost containment, the resulting catastrophe could have destroyed the better part of Nevada. With conventional response unable to penetrate the anomaly and Generation Zero no longer available, the only available option was to deploy the new hardcore agents, who were still training for their primary mission of neutralizing Project Bloodshot. It was a calculated risk, but since we have Faraway backup arc in San Francisco, Director Kozol personally authorized this deployment. Are you ready for your mission briefing, hardcore agents?
Sir, yes, sir. Action cue. So I just want to say that I think it's really awesome that this story starts where one story left off, referencing other stories. So if I heard you correctly, Archer and Armstrong have just been sucked into the Faraway, but some things came out. Some things from the Faraway came out.
I understood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Now, from what I was reading, that's supposed to be what this is. It's an entire series of events that lead into each other all...
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, your hardcore mission briefing. Listen up! It's time to take the lessons out of the training village. If you're going to succeed in your mission, we need to kick up the training to maximum. We're heading to another operation site for your final training mission. This site has been equipped with an advanced holographic system that is hyper-real, genuine Star Trek holo fun. It's going to seem real. It's going to feel real, and if you screw up, it's going to hurt like it's real. The objective of the training mission is simple. Enter the training complex, find the holo generator, place this EMP device on the generator, and trigger it. Do that, and the simulation is over, and your mission is complete. Any questions? Any Q questions? This is where you get
I know, I'm like, oh, if we don't do it, then who will?
We should be training, not talking.
That actually kind of works. But you've already been an awarded plot point, and I don't want to bring you straight to maximum.
Okay.
So, scene 1. Unbeknownst to the team, this mission is not a simulation. In reality, the anomaly was created when the Einstein-Rosen bridge leading to the Faraway collapsed in on itself. The collapse created a mirror of the Faraway inside the S4 complex, and this unstable pocket is slowly expanding, slowly replicating the contents of Faraway. To stop the pocket's expansion, the team must find a safe way inside the anomaly. The edges of the anomaly, the holographic construct as the players are concerned, form a shimmering field of psychic energy. A pair of Rising Spirit security agents have already tried to walk through the field before the players arrived. This resulted in the smoking remains nearby, their equipment fused to their charred bodies. The team needs to figure out how to penetrate the field and get inside this so-called simulation. I guess we'll go in clockwise order, so that would make you first. Granite? Is that
Yeah.
Granite?
It's granite.
You are up. Granite, I apologize. I don't think I believe you, but... So, using your character, your abilities, and your powers, what do you propose to do to find a way inside this anomaly with such a dangerous entrance?
Gotta look at my...
I know what to do.
Well, you are the leader of the
your
three
team.
of us.
I'm sure you're allowed to talk to him and talk.
Superstar is
Yes.
the leader.
I would suggest ghost mode, perhaps, to get into this anomaly.
Ghost mode it is.
According to this, he does not have access to that ability right
We
now.
have
Really?
shield,
Oh, we
flight,
don't-
and detonation are the three.
Oh, shield.
Oh,
and
so
what?
we like all our powers haven't been turned on.
Where
yet?
are they- where is that?
Right across the top here.
Oh.
These are our powers, it looks like. The lifeline.
Oh, okay. We
bubble.
got shield,
Oh,
shield,
okay.
acrobatics,
Flight, and
lifeline.
detonation.
Oh, okay.
Man, okay.
So what are you-
we're stuck. I have acrobatics, shield, and flight.
So none of those are going to help you get into an installation.
Is this field a wall or is it around? Because if it's not we could fly over it.
Oh.
So, considering again, I'm unfamiliar with this, I will allow that as how this works. Now, that doesn't just necessarily mean you're like, okay, well, I fly in. You know, you need to see if your flight ability works, and if not, you might take some damage or something like
Sure.
that.
Like,
And
you
that's
can
how-
say, I'd like to look around and see what,
Oh, I could do that. Like
and
a
assess
point
the
and click.
situation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I would definitely like to do that because I need to know what's around me.
All right, so what I want you to do for game's sake is I want you to roll me your D6, which is your action die, and your D12.
Ah! I killed Tyler.
Okay, so you
I
got,
got
17
6.
total. I do not beat that with a 6, so your action is successful. So we'll say that while you're studying, maybe you find a structural weakness. You see something, a less strong shimmer in this field,
Oh.
which might be a good place to try to have Tyler blow a hole in it.
Good job.
Yes.
You found that
Why,
spot.
Thank you, leader.
Granted, step back from that weakness. I will try and detonate it with my lifeline power detonation.
So
I'm
this
kind
is
of
a
literally
story-based
gonna go
game. So wow me with your description. What is your, you know?
As I get close to the field that Granite found, I think to myself, because my heart is pure, God will give me the true light to see and give me strength to complete this action. And I.
You're doing a good job.
No, I actually really like how you're playing to your character, and I'm going to award you a plot point.
And I say this prayer to myself as I get close, and I prepare to ask Lifeline for the detonation ability.
Okay.
Lifeline, give me detonation.
You did well with that, and I'm digging your thing so much that I'm going to give you a +1 on top of the +3 the detonation gives you. Roll me a d6 plus a d12.
13.
12. You just got it. You're awarded that damage, and you deal seven points of damage to the wall. And
Praise God.
when you blast the wall, you notice that the bit of shimmer is now shimmering even less, and it's beginning to undulate. It's beginning to look like you're actually finding a way through. But you also notice that the wall around it is getting brighter. So as you do this, you need to be careful, or it could lash out and do damage to your character. And I'm choosing to do that because I'm new to this and I want to.
Well, if I were going to be careful, I'd have joined the Air Force.
Is that one of your?
It is. So I am choosing. I'm gonna choose.
I like it. Take a plot point. It works.
I'm gonna choose to not put up my shields right now. I'm gonna attack it with my fire, my lifeline ability, fire. I want this thing down so that we can enter.
Actually, rather than you taking damage, I'm going to add a -2 modifier.
Okay.
So it's you're doing this, but you have to kind of
I gotta be
you have to kind of dodge out of the way of these shooting arcs of energy while you're trying to blast with your fire. So roll me a d12 plus a d6 -2 against my roll. I rolled a natural 20. That's difficult to. All right, so that's 13. So you get blasted by one of the arcs of energy, and you are not able to get your shot off.
Okay.
And your character, you take 4 points of damage.
Ooh. What's your HP?
Now the way this works is before you even get to your hit points, you have armor points.
Okay.
So you have a total of, you're probably going to want to write this down.
Yep.
You have a total of 12, and you just got hit for 4 armor points. Now once those are gone, you start to take hit point damage.
Okay.
Now, remember, you can use your plot points to get back a hit point if you want. So I will allow you to use one of your plot points to make me re-roll if you want.
Oh,
You only have a maximum of 5. You can't get any more.
I will do that.
Okay. Like I said, this is I could be completely playing the game wrong,
Yep.
but I think that's a fair use of the way they say plot points.
Okay.
It changes the plot.
But
No, I
you're
re-roll.
11.
You
I'm
get to
sorry.
keep
So you
yours.
have 11.
Yep. 14 still beats it.
Okay.
But we'll say because that wasn't as strong, you took half the damage you took. You take 2 points of damage instead of 4.
Okay, so I'm at 10 armor points.
Yes.
Ah.
But you didn't damage the wall, so the wall remains at 5 hit points, and it is still dangerous. So, moving back to Granite. Roll me a d6 and a d12, and we'll see if you find any equipment that's useful enough to do some damage to this wall.
This is D12.
Yep.
I got a decent roll, though. That's a 19. I'm rolling well tonight. I never roll this well in freaking D&D.
I got an 11.
No dice. No pun intended.
There are dice on the table.
I said no, but I didn't realize what I was saying. So I believe we're moving back to Disciple.
Do some damage, disciple.
Thanks. It's a gift from God, an opportunity to serve His will, that I will blow up this shield. I shall fear no evil beyond this wall as I blow it up with detonation again. However, with it reverberating, I'm going to take a oh, I have to touch it with detonation, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not right next to it like I was when
Right.
I'm a little bit further back because I can see the arcs. I'm trying to.
Yep.
I can dig that.
Okay.
Go ahead and
So Tyler
Plus
got a
modifiers.
14 and
Brady got a
12
14.
plus
Brady got a
power
14.
die. I'm gonna consider this a challenge, and say we don't discard the lowest result. We tie on a tie, no damage, but you avoid the wall.
So I will use one of my plot points to say that.
One of the uses of a plot point was to re-roll a die. You could re-roll that too.
Yeah.
Anything higher than a 2 will beat my roll.
Okay, so I will do that because my faith in God is strong. It's giving me a second chance, I guess.
I can dig that. Now,
You got a 1.
now God has become angered by your use of him over and over and over, as with many religions, especially because you're using him in the name of warfare. He has smote you, and you take 1 damage from the wall. He rolled a 1.
I'm going to try my fire ability again. And this time I'm going to remember to do short control bursts.
Go ahead and roll your d6 for your fire weapon plus your d12. This is an attack, so you will discard the lowest. Those are crazy rolls, too.
Got a 19 again.
You can use
Josh gets a
Little plot
7.
point.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, you can use a plot point for...
Say that are you fired now with your right hand, now your left hand.
Yes, because
So
I
you can right and
I
not left.
left-handed it first, and I'm not left-handed. I'm
Oh,
naturally
so you were-
I'm naturally
so
right-handed.
you were
So
cowardly.
I went left-handed first. That was not good, but now I'm coming in strong with my right-handedness.
All right, superstar, let's see what you got. I got a 3.
Yeah!
So, your attack is successful. The wall is now at 3 hit points. Okay, moving on.
all right, sir.
Remember what Gunslinger says. Powers are for defense, weapons are for offense. So you can shoot your gun with shield on.
Okay.
Correct dice.
You got a 3.
Yeah.
And I got a 5.
Okay, but...
Wow.
Shield?
So you actually succeed there. You manage to get 2 damage off, and the wall is now at 1. It violently begins to undulate.
Oh,
Roll
man.
me a d6 and a d12 again to
All right.
avoid damage.
I got this.
You avoid 1 arc, but a second one branches out and hits you for 2 damage. Your shields are on, so your damage is reduced by 1, and you take 1 damage. So, Disciple, what's going on over there?
So by doing to others, I mean I see what Granite has done, and I can see that it's almost there. So I too will call Lifeline for my shield and fire my pistol at the wall.
So rather than do unto others, you're doing like others.
Yes.
I'm using a plot point, and the wall attacks you for 2 damage, half damage, because the reverence was used wrong.
So I go Lifeline, shield,
Lifeline shield. Okay, your shields are up.
And now I will fire my pistol.
Take away the lowest. I got a 4. Your
got a
6
6.
succeeds. You do 2 damage. The hole in the wall is now open and safe to travel through.
Right, guys.
But the wall is really reacting. Arcs of energy are flying everywhere. So you need to get through this wall carefully. It will attack you as you attempt to go through.
Well, I got to call a lifeline for my shield, so I'm going to do that. And then I see in front of me this field of energy failing in an area that's big enough for a whole person to fit through. But beyond it, I can't see what's going on very well because we haven't been told. And
Fog of war.
I'm thinking, why am I doing this? And I remember how much I love my mom, how much I care for my mom, and I know that if I can accomplish this mission, I can help provide for her, and that is, I gotta accomplish my mission.
You need to
Praise
accomplish-
Jesus!
A plot point each. I can dig that.
1. Break.
Not only do the
Ellen
arcs of
got
energy
1.
miss you, but they wrap inside the wall and open the hole a little further, make it safe. The wall does not attack and you get through safely. Inside, you see T-Rexes, you see things that are a cross between a dinosaur and a bird, native tribesmen and alien-looking creatures. And it is absolute chaos, and it makes no sense.
Okay.
You have every right to tell your team members that because they can't quite see that because of the shimmering.
Guys, it is crazy in here. I need help. Get in here now.
I'm going to attempt to fly through the hole. Okay. You got a 5.
Odds are you're going to be okay here.
Ooh, I got an 8.
You got an 8. You're through, and you and Josh are now on the other side. And it is Disciple's turn.
Superstar, are you okay?
I will maintain my shield and attempt to jump through the hole as quickly as possible, but also in a short enough path to stay in the center of the circle as possible. I may never be perfect. That doesn't mean I won't try with this. So,
Unfortunately,
oh my god!
when Tyler rolled both 1s and I rolled an 18, so unfortunately, the wall hits you twice for 2 damage, but each of them were 1s, so you take no damage.
Oh,
but
because I was shield, but I got
you're
blasted back.
knocked back.
Oh man!
So
God is really pissed off at me for some reason.
in the interest of expedience, I'm just going to take the role of narrator and say that Superstar and Granite laugh, and we go back to your turn.
But realizing that Granite got through using flight, I will now deactivate my shield. Ask lifeline for flight to attempt to get through faster. And since I'm further away anyway, I just want to get back in quick anyway.
No modifier. You will just roll your action. And
This is my 12 and 8 again.
12 and 8.
Made it, guys. Thanks.
End scene
Good.
1.
Yay! Wow.
Once the team is inside the anomaly, they will have entered a completely different world. When they first enter, the pocket reality is 2 miles across. The team has a locator to find the remains of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what they believe to be the hollow generator, which sits at the very center of the faraway pocket. Between the team and the bridge lie a host of potentially hostile encounters. Rampaging dinosaurs, little gray men from outer space, flying saucers, and primitive humans are all in frenzying of conflict with one another and have little compunction in bring the team into the conflict with them.
Okay, team. Here's my plan.
Go ahead, superstar.
I think we all need to go in flight mode. We see some crazy, crazy stuff going in the sky. We don't want to fly too high up. We want to fly slightly above tree line so that we're not caught in that sky battle that we're seeing with all the lasers. That's what my mom would like.
We've got a job to do.
I fight for a cause greater than myself.
I've been living with risks like this every day since I was 18.
Lead narrator. So, amongst the chaos, while you're discussing your plans, you begin to notice that one of the T-Rexes has broken off his combat and has noticed you.
So I go into flight, and I'm heading towards the thing.
So Superstar takes off.
Disciple, we need to follow our team leader. I think that he is making a very valid point. There's a D-Rex coming after us, and we need to get out of here and follow him.
So you guys take off. You decide that you're going to fly above the tree line. Now, what you didn't realize is what the T-Rex broke away from was 2 Quetzalcoatl, and they're coming at you in the air.
Okay.
So air
Are
combat
they behind us or in front of us?
in front.
They're in front of us. Well,
Actually, the way I set that up, I saw the T-Rex coming at you.
Well,
from
but
over
no,
there, you
but
went that way.
the-
They'd be at your side.
The T-Rex might have noticed the Quetzalcoatl instead of us and was going towards the...
that would be a plot point.
So they would, that's I can dig that. Although you're at your max, so that has to stay at 5.
He would
he's gonna use
spend the
that.
plot
He's-
point
Okay.
to say that as a story.
Okay.
He can do it at the middle.
That's true. Yeah, don't forget you can do that. You can
Right.
change the story.
Right. So that's good.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So he
The
noticed
T-Rex was coming after us. The Quetzalcoatls were also coming.
Yeah.
And we... Whoop,
Yeah.
and the T-Rex
Yeah.
comes and...
It looks like it's running after us, but we fly away and
Okay, plot point spent. You avoided that combat. Well done.
Oh, nice, Granite.
Now,
You
don't
are
forget.
sexy.
Now, don't forget
And not
that
intimidating to me because you are in hardcore.
the trees
Even
that
my
you're
kids
attempting
have
to
better
fly
manners.
past are. Yeah. Now, remember these are crystalline trees that you're flying past. These are
Above. I said that I wanted to be flying above the tree line.
All I'm saying, what I'm getting at is, it's difficult to tell where above is. They're crystalline. They're a little bit see through. They're a little bit. So
okay.
I'm gonna have you guys. We're gonna do a challenge here to make sure that you guys successfully avoid.
Okay.
Those. But you'll each do it with a +2 modifier because you did say and things like that. Roll me a D10 and a D12. Let's see.
These rolls are amazing.
16 against my 19. But 5's your luck.
Oh,
nice!
Five's my luck. I drew all the
Automatic win.
fives.
So, you look back to make sure the guys are with you, and as you look forward, you notice you weren't quite high enough, and you avoid the tree, and you're good.
Okay.
Moving on to Granite. So yeah, you're gonna roll me a 6 and a 12. 3 and a 1.
3 is my luck.
3 is your luck. Hey, you guys are doing this really lucky. So just as it went with Superstar, you see the same thing. You're like, wait, wasn't that the whoa?
Exactly.
Moving on to Disciple. Your action die is a D8. So roll me a D8 and a D12. Okay. So no. I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I rolled a 1. So Disciple is just about to hit the tree when one of the lasers from the air combat destroys that part of the tree. It misses him and he flies back.
Oh, nice. I like that.
So
Yeah.
you are seemingly out of danger, and you decide at this point that you probably don't need to fly anymore. The chaos is a little bit more behind you because of the forest. There wasn't as much able to get through the forest. Unless you tell me, what are you guys going to do at this point?
I think we should fly the whole way there.
Okay.
I mean, why would we not try to get there as fast as we can?
And actually, I'm going to spend one of my own plot points because I messed up there to say you moved away from the combat because this is supposed to be a dangerous situation, and you notice that is behind you, but this whole place is in utter chaos.
I know you don't know the story.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I'm new to it. So if you have a
so my thought is that since we're in the Faraway, our ability to communicate with Lifeline is severely diminished.
So if we can't change our powers easily, it's probably important that we continue to fly there.
Yes.
Because if we start to walk, we lose
Right.
our agility.
roll a 12 and a D10. Okay, 11 against 12, but I'll give you a +2 modifier to let you succeed, just because you're group leader. You're going to be looking around, and you avoid the trap that the natives set. The natives set traps in the trees to catch the Quetzalcoatl,
I see.
pterodactyl creature
Okay.
things. So you begin to realize that there's more dangers in the air than you originally thought. But these are primitive people, their traps aren't like highly technological. You can be avoided as long as you know to look out for them. So granted,
I'm still flying.
yeah, you're gonna run into the same issue. They've got like we'll say like rope web traps that they set up to the trees that they try to use to.
Can I shoot it?
You are behind him, so you'll notice it. So I'll give you. You're flying, so you're moving. So I will allow you to attack with a -2 modifier.
You got a 10. I now have a 7 and a 5.
Okay, so yeah, so you're fine. What did I say? -2 modifier.
Yep.
But it's a tie. That should have been a success. So you narrowly avoid it. It catches your foot and you start to tumble. So we have another roll to see if you catch yourself and start flying again, or if you fall.
Okay. I wish I knew more about this character. Oh my god, you got a 17. Can I even get?
Well, you might roll your luck.
Oh, that's right. I did,
and you did. So you hit the rope. You begin to tumble. You're flying all around. You catch your flight and you get back up to where you want to be.
Okay.
You're safe. So Tyler, so you obviously completely missed it, almost hitting Superstar, but that missed. Your luck hit. So not only did you not hit Superstar, you caught yourself and you begin to fly as well. Disciple, let's see how well you do.
17.
Tied by my 17.
But 7 is my luck.
7 is your luck.
Wow.
So he failed his first, but then got the we tied on that one. So while you're laughing, you just don't even care. You fly straight past it.
I want to be able to determine how fast we can fly.
You are going 50 miles an hour.
Probably flew over it, but
Yeah, you might have flown past it at this point.
But I have the locator,
and so
and
now
we're very close. I see it. I want to land.
Okay. As you begin to descend, you hear "Rah!" and 2 Quetzalcoatl come up, and we begin air combat because we haven't fought anything yet. Which is good because
Final
you don't have...
Fantasy like battle music right now.
Yeah, I know.
So combat begins with Granite.
These dinosaur birds startled me, so I lower myself to the ground and throw up my shield.
Roll a 12.
10 versus 7.
Your communications are cut off. You do not
Okay.
have your shield. Every time you try to switch
Okay.
powers, each of you gets a roll to
Cool.
see whether or not you
Okay.
manage communication. You are aware now that the reason they flew up from the ground is because they were being attacked by 2 of the native tribesmen that are on the ground behind you.
I decide not to attack, and I see some crystalline trees in the nearby field, so I run over there and into the cover of trees.
Okay, that's a good call because if you had fired, they would probably, being, like native tribesmen, figured you were one of the aliens and probably attack you thinking you were attacking them. So good call.
How close did he land to the installation?
She lands in eyesight of it. It's in the center of a clearing around the trees. But she begins to realize that those 2 tribesmen were an offshoot of about, we'll say, 12 that were surrounding this because the Faraway's denizens see the site as a kind of holy place and will defend it with their lives.
I'm gonna fly over to Superstar, come up from behind him and hold him and tell him to not ask for flight anymore and ask for fire so he could attempt to burn.
Okay, so you're going to be his flight while he switches
Yes.
his powers.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a D8 and a D12.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Wow. 6 versus 1.
Because I critically failed with a natural 1, not only do you hold him up, but you notice that your communication went through and his powers change.
How's this for the Air Force?
Plot point. I like that.
I'm going to shoot my fire at their wings, cause them a tremendous amount of pain so that they drop out of the sky.
Okay, because that's an aimed shot, I'm going to give you a -1 modifier because you're going for a specific target. So your blast missed.
I missed their wings, but I did damage them in another place.
Well,
I hope.
use a plot point and roll again to tell me if that actually happened.
All right.
Okay. You kicked the crap out of that roll. So
Plus, I got my luck.
with an 11 and your luck, here's what we're going to say is not only did you hit the one bird in the wing, but the reason you hit it in the wing is because it saw the shot coming, it moved to avoid it, got hit in the wing, and smacked into the other one. So they are tumbling out of the air at this point.
I'm
So-
gonna go for a plot point and say that the birds, as they fall, land on the two Aborigines that chase them out to begin with.
Since I like the plot point, roll me a 12. Okay.
Stop saying stuff.
So
Well, they don't hit. They still fall.
they're still tumbling out of the air, but
Noise.
they do not hit. Not only do they not hit the tribesmen, they haven't hit the ground yet. The one tumbling that didn't get hit in the wing wants no part of this and flies away. But the one that did hit, that got hit in the wing, tumbles to the ground. Gets hit for, we'll say, D8 points of damage, 6 points of damage, and it is now on the ground. We'll say the two tribesmen go over to attack it. The two tribesmen each hit that guy for 4 more points of damage, and its shields are almost gone, and it doesn't have much health.
I feel like being heroic here.
Okay.
I need to be brave despite my fear. I'm gonna stay where I am and shoot the Quetzalcoatl because I know it's almost dead, and I want to take that chance to kill it. And then at that point, I think that the Aborigines, they don't have as much hit points as me because they look at them, they don't even have any body armor on. So I feel like they won't be that much of a problem if I have to take them on. 11.
11? Okay, well, we're going to say you're using both your Berettas. So the first attack missed. Go for a second one.
Hey,
And that's my luck as well.
You do 2 damage to it, at which point it has no armor and dies from its wounds.
nice.
You point the weapons that you just used to defeat the creature, and they begin to look at you like you're an enemy, and you holster your weapons. They understand the gesture, and they go back. They think, and they also, because you hit your luck, they noticed what you guys did to the other ones. They know you guys are a team, so they're not hostile towards any of you right now.
Booyah!
All right. So based on that, we fly. I fly Superstar down to the ground into the clearing where Granite is.
Okay.
And I disengage, and now we are separated, and we now can discuss as a team our next move.
You're down on the ground. You're aware of the danger in the area as far as the flowers go. And scene 2 has concluded. They have successfully landed and convinced the local tribesmen that they are of no danger until they approach their holy land, which is the basis for scene 3. To collapse the faraway pocket, the team needs to plant an EMP device near the remains of the Einstein-Rosen Bridge and set it off. However, some of the faraway's denizens see this site as a kind of holy place and will defend it with their lives.
Okay, so we haven't been able to convince everybody.
3 against 14 is pretty ridiculous.
Well, one of us could try diplomacy, try to talk to them, and
I think that we should try diplomacy.
I'm always ready to talk to my flock.
Are you going to try to convert these people?
I think that's what he would actually try to do.
You got a Bible? Go convert these people.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
We're on Granite's turn. No, we like you said, we just started scenes. You guys are discussing the plan. Disciple can begin this round.
Go to them with my Bible, and I will try to
All right, now
discuss with them, and you two can sneak in.
first roll me a d6 and a d12.
We're gonna get like a 2.
Well, I got a 3, so you're lucky there.
All right.
So okay,
That's my luck.
and
Highest
you
roll
landed
yet.
your luck. So because you got luck, I'll double it up. Not only are you intelligent enough to kind of simulate their language and kind of communicate with them, you succeed in telling them, "This is who I am. We got these weapons from my great god. This is his book. Blah 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 blah." You know what I mean? You have convinced them you are a messenger of a greater being.
All right.
Praise
Praise be unto Jesus.
and a ray of sunshine just comes down and shines
Disciple's
on
a
you.
pretty strong power, pretty strong character.
Okay, I'm gonna do something interesting here now. I want you each to roll me d12.
All of us?
Yes. Your luck is 7?
Yes, it is.
All right, good. Because if you guys didn't hit that luck point, the aliens were going to... Because the aliens haven't been involved yet. They were going to blast down here, and they were going to think you called your god down. And so you were lucky. So this actually is going your way. Now, What I want you to
So
do.
now I proclaim that these two people that I'm with need to enter while I continue to preach.
And as the flock is, taken in by your thing, they don't give a crap. They're like, just tell us more about your God. Save us. We need salvation. Oh.
Okay, so
Moving on.
He's got these guys distracted,
They are enamored by his speech. They
It's-
are completely taken in by
And good
his
books,
God.
right?
and he's a handsome man.
Well, that's
His character.
okay.
So I have the EMP because I'm team leader.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go to where I need to bring it. I'm gonna place it down. I'm gonna start the countdown on it.
Roll me a D8 and a D12. You drop the device.
Oh, damn.
I would say if you want to, use your plot point and tell me how you want to do the reroll, but that's up to you.
As I was setting it to go off, I dropped it.
Mhm.
Yeah, landed on the ground. I had a moment of panic, and I kicked it right towards where it needs to go.
Roll me a 12.
Oh.
You succeed, so it's closer to where it needs to be. You guys have 5 minutes.
Which is exactly how long it takes for us to fly to the place where we came
Wow.
from.
So
And
you're lucky enough for it to still be your turn. Do you want to prepare to fly out of
I
here?
gotta fly.
Roll me a 12. Oh.
12.
Oh!
Okay. First of all, I'm prepared to face my mortality. Also, as you just learned, and you already know, Superstar, he did die first
That is true.
in the comics.
Roll me these 4 dice.
Come on, 5. 5!
Your flight is just activated. And then you begin to hear dip, dip, dip. When it hit, you activated it. You guys have 5 minutes to get Tyler and get the hell out.
I yell over to Disciple, praise be to God, lifeline now, flight.
Just say go.
We need to get out of here. I'm trying to
Yeah,
still.
minus the plot point.
epic fail.
Fuck. I don't even know what I was at.
All right.
EMP set. We got to go.
Roll me a D6 and a D12. 13 against 14. You just barely miss the laser blast from the aliens above you. They've also noticed what's going on, and they consider this a holy place, but you haven't communicated with them.
Those
They
aliens.
consider you hostile, and they are going to attack you on your way out.
I heard Granite say, "Let's go." I impart my final words. It's a gift from God, an opportunity to serve His will, and I begin to fly away. Which is
So,
one of the
Disciple,
words.
roll me a D8 and a D12. Okay. Yeah, you're safe. You're basically being like, may God be with you, because these aliens have not stopped attacking. They're attacking while you're trying to. And meanwhile, they're like, is your God going to save us? Because they're freaking firing on us. The chaos has gotten even more chaotic, and the place is beginning to actually shake.
I'm flying as fast as I can, the fastest route possible. Maybe that means I'm a little higher above the tree line than I was before, so I'm not worrying about traps because we already know about traps. And I'm just
All right, so little reckless. So roll me a 10 and a 12 with a -1 modifier. Luck. Okay, you're flying so fast you don't notice that there's a flock, like 2 or 3 Quetzalcoatl that come up and bump you, but you catch yourself as you tumble. You continue to fly. You lose no time, and you've successfully flown forward for 2 minutes.
okay.
So you
3
guys,
minutes to go.
So 3 minutes to go. You're 2 minutes successful. Moving on, Granite.
Yeah, because I need to avoid those Quetzalcoatl now.
Yeah, so roll me a 6 and a 12.
Luck.
All right, good. So pretty much the same thing happens while you're looking out for those ones. Another one comes up and bumps you. You catch yourself. You fly forward. You have lost no time.
We got bumped by the same ones because we're actually next to each other. We're flying.
So,
yeah.
all right. So the same thing basically happened to you guys. So you guys have successfully flown for 2 minutes without any hindrance. Disciple.
All right. I'm slightly behind them, so I believe that I.
So you have 4.5 minutes to reach.
Yes. I see the 3 Quetzalcoatl,
Mhm.
but I also realize that I have to catch up with them.
Okay.
So I take my chance. I see perhaps a small opening between the 3 of them that I'm able to speed up slightly and get on through to try and attempt to catch up and also dodge what's going on.
Okay. So roll me a d8. I like that.
Plus, we're also breaking the wind. You're drafting off us a little bit, and that gives you a little bit of extra speed to catch up.
That's a fair plot point. That's a
Great.
fair point.
Great.
You have a
Yeah.
you have a high action with a d8, so I'll give you a +1 mod on that.
Okay. So just my D8, sir? Or
D8
D12?
and a D12.
Just what I think, okay.
D8 and a D12 +1. 17 against a 16.
And I get +1.
And
anyway.
yeah, so you
18.
succeed. So you are now all together at the same point. Tyler caught up on his 30 seconds. You guys each have 3 minutes to reach the end now. The world is becoming more violent. The trees are shaking more. And, you begin to notice that what you thought was metallic water was actually metallic lava, and there are spouts shooting up. So you guys need to be a little bit more careful about your flight.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Roll your 10 and 12.
You know, we all die. I just want to live before I do.
Sister, I'm just getting started.
11 against my 12.
All right, what's this lava spout going to do to me?
No shield. So it does 2 points to your armor. Now roll me your action again. You catch yourself, you're fine. And actually, you hit your luck. So you actually find a way to use that to boost your speed, and you get ahead of these guys. And you just gained an extra 15 seconds.
Come on, buddy.
Okay,
Hit this
Granite.
roll. Come on, Granite. I'm right here with you.
7. I got 13. With my luck.
With your luck. Okay, so noticing what happened to Josh, Superstar, you also find a way to use the water spouts to boost your speed a little bit, and you catch up to the same point, and you now also have 15 seconds to spare.
Now I feel that I have the knowledge, watching them, to already know that perhaps hitting these are going to boost my speed. So I try and control myself a little bit more to engage them more without having to necessarily rely on luck per se, to then try and catch up to them again, if that's feasible.
You
I'm
can.
not doing that, so I won't. That won't happen.
That's quite symbolic right
yeah.
there.
So, all right. So your intelligence is not enough to
Okay,
figure
so
out how
I'm
to
not
do
figuring-
that.
fair
So
enough.
you're just going to give me a regular action roll,
So
a
that's a
D8 and
12
a
then.
D12.
Yep.
6. You get hit by a blast of water. Roll me your action again. So you take 3 damage from the water spout, but you managed to catch yourself. You're not.
I'm not caught up with them.
Yeah, you didn't hit your luck though, right? So you have a minute to reach the edge, while these guys have
My
45
armor is down to 4, just to let everyone know.
45 seconds.
Okay, I am going to start descending, but not slowing down.
Okay. Speeding up, using that last burst of speed, you grant that extra burst of speed, you avoid the last water spout, and you are out.
I made it through, guys.
I have a choice to make now. Because now I know that there's an alien ship still coming after us, and I know that Disciple is behind me. So
I didn't know there was an alien ship.
No,
You weren't
I
supposed
know.
to. It's chaos, I told you.
I will recklessly descend down to the ground with facing the UFO ship, trying to get its attention on me, so it's not on Disciple, so that it can give him some time to get out.
Yeah, you managed to you succeed the crap out of that one. So,
I did.
but so your maneuver worked. So that cost you 15 seconds, but you still got an extra 15 to spare. Roll me a D6 and a D12. It's like, yeah, you
Luck.
Yep. I was gonna say that is lucky because you won. You got their attention. They shot at you, but they missed.
Man, this whole game is just luck.
So, using that, you realize you've done enough. You fly through, and you're out.
With exactly a minute left, I don't have time to slow down, so I have to go directly for the hole.
So the alien fire blast misses you. You've got
That alien sucks.
30 seconds. And well, I mean, you guys are also, you're not just flying fast. You're evasive maneuvers. One more time. D8 and a D12.
Oh,
10. Okay, so you get hit by a water spout. Roll me another.
17.
Better use that plot point or you're getting stuck.
Oh my god. Is there anything that I can notice in my surroundings that I could potentially use my detonate ability on to then propel me through the hole as a kind of a backfire?
Roll me a 12. God has smiled on you.
Okay.
That
So I
roll
have.
was
So
the
now
Okay.
I found something that I can detonate.
All right, one more roll. Roll me a 6 and a 12. Okay.
Okay.
That was an intelligence check for you to know that the water is flammable. You blast it. You take 2 points of damage, but it propels you through. From outside of the anomaly, you guys notice that the ground is shaking, the flowers are exploding, the trees are collapsing, the water is erupting, sparks of energy are shooting everywhere, so you guys have to get to a minimum safe distance, and as it collapses, you see nothing. And you think that Disciple is lost. And you see smoking but alive Disciple on the outside of where the anomaly used to be. You have successfully deactivated the anomaly. You have saved this instance. You have won the event. Congratulations, hero.
Now on to Harada.
No, under H.A.R.D.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently that is the Valiant tabletop game.
So, Nick, did you have fun?
Yeah. At first, I didn't really understand what was going on because I'm totally novice to D&D. But as it got on, and I was able to get more into it and realize that I could shape the story the way that I wanted it to a little bit.
Yeah. Would you play this game again?
Actually, yeah, I want to play it again with you guys.
Okay. Tyler, did you have fun?
Yeah, the plot points made it interesting, so we could kind of add our own little twist. It kind of felt like we were our own little lead narrators for that quick little moment. Especially, I think we all kind of stayed within a realm that we were able to not go super over the top, but just enough to kind of help us get through. Because at the end there, it was not looking good for Disciple.
Since around the middle of scene 2, nobody had earned any plot points. You guys had given up a little bit of that bit of your characters. I hadn't awarded too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in playing this again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brady, what did you think of this game versus other tabletop games you played?
It's certainly interesting. They were really clever the way that they made it. When I play D&D stuff like that, a lot of it is more about combat. Find the monster, fight it, save the town, blah blah blah, whatever. It's not as much about the story. Where they force you to become your characters in here.
Yeah.
Plot points, change the story, tell me a story. It's really clever as far as the comic book base goes.
Cool.
It's unlike any RPG I've played as far as that goes. It's really based on story, and it's well done.
Is this something you'd be interested in playing again?
Yeah.
Does this make you interested in these characters in the Valiant universe?
Yeah, actually, next time I want to be a player.
Okay.
Because
Well, you got to read some comics, I think.
yeah,
You gotta-
because the way it's supposed to work is everybody can have a character.
Yeah.
And then lead narrator moves from scene to scene to scene. Scene 1, I would be Ellen. Then maybe it would move.
I also had fun. I had a lot more fun than I anticipated, actually. I think my favorite part was how it integrated into the story of the comics that we've read, and how this was almost kind of supplemental. And it's published, so I wonder if it's canon or not. That'd be kind of neat to explore. Probably not, but it's still. It makes me want to go home and read the other stories at least.
Yeah, it almost feels like what we just did actually happened in that Archer and Armstrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely got that feeling.
They totally
Yeah.
worked it so that it would fit into that storyline that
Because we never really knew how. The only thing we knew at the end of that was that Archer got out with time mark map, but we don't know
Yeah.
how it actually closed on the end of Nevada.
Oh yeah,
we have no clue.
we could have really gone into it and been like, we just found Armstrong and Ivar. And
Right.
we could have done stuff like that. I just wanna wrap up by saying that I had this email communication with the guy who wrote the book, and it was really nice of him to answer some of my questions. One of the questions I asked him was, what do they have in store for future properties for Valiant? If you look in the back of this book right here, it solicits another role-playing game. It's called Transcendence Edge, and it says it's going to come out sometime in winter 2014. Also, they have a bunch of PDFs that you can download as well beyond buying the hardcover book. Also, he said that they were working on miniatures. One of the things that he says, who wouldn't want a gorgeous miniature of Bloodshot or Exo-Man of War or Faith sitting on their computer? But the thing that I thought was the most interesting is that they said that they're also working on a deck building card game for Valiant as well.
Nice.
Does that interest you, Brady?
You bet your
Does
ass.
that interest you, Tyler?
You know it.
I certainly would tell you if they made a deck, I would buy it like that. So, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for taking some time and playing with it.
Yeah.
Let's sign off. Mr. Exo-Man of War t-shirt, Tyler.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Brady, thank you for hosting the game for us and helping us through this.
Yeah, no, it was well written, and it did a good job of pushing this story forward. So I enjoyed it. Good night, everybody.
All right, Nick, you know the drill. You can follow us on Twitter at VE Podcast.
At WordPress.com.
VEpodcast.wordpress.com, or email us. Tell us what you thought about this little adventure that we did. So email us, vepodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, guys.